So we've got Rosanna in today to talk about her health and fitness journey. So Rosanna, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've had a long fitness journey. I've had lots of attempts at losing weight and trying to maintain it.
What have you tried?
What have I tried? Isogenics. And I did some PT training at another place, lost a bunch of weight, put it back on because I just didn't know how to maintain it. Just really, yo-yoed.
So what are all the things that you've tried?
All of them.
Or just
I used to run. Okay, I used to run
yeah.
a long distances. Isogenics. The HIIT trainings.
Yeah.
What else have I tried?
It's a whole bunch of different diets, different training styles.
Yeah, different training styles. Yeah, boxing.
And you got some results.
I found that they were just short term though. So like I'd lose weight. I usually would have a goal. I'd lose weight and then I'd put it back on. So get back to the start and start again. So yeah.
So tell us, what do you do for work?
For work, I'm an insurance broker. So in terms of like activity, it's pretty
sedentary.
Yeah. Long hours sometimes, especially this time of year. So yeah.
Married, kids?
Yeah, I've got a husband, been married for a while, and 1 3-year-old and 2 sausage dogs. So yeah, that's me.
And how old are you?
35 at the moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so you recently participated in our Photoshoot challenge.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experience of doing that and why you joined.
Why I did it, I've always admired other people that have done it, but I always had an excuse not to do it. And I was talking to some of the people in the last group and they just said, just do it, like stop making excuses, just do it, because I was always saying I wouldn't get here, that many times a week. And anyway, I just signed up for it and just did it. And I'm glad I did.
So during that process, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced?
I suppose the biggest challenge would have been trying to juggle lots of different things at the same time, and the mum guilt of just not being at home as much as I normally would have been. So that would have been the hardest thing for me. The training I actually managed to get here, it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So. And
the mum guilt?
The mum guilt just doesn't go away anyway. Like if it's not this, it's something else anyway. So.
But do you find that having focused on your own health and fitness has actually benefited you as a mum?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think especially because this time of year can be quite stressful, I found that just having that time out made me kind of reset and just be able to go home in a better state of mind anyway. And yeah, just be better and fitter and have more energy. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. What are some of the things that you found that you learned from doing the photo shoot?
I'd say the meal prepping actually made my life easier once I actually did it properly. Because I'm not going to lie, I was probably one of the people that didn't give it 100% from the start. And Christy kind of pulled me in line and said, you've just got to give it everything. Stop, take the choices away, and then everything else will be easier. And it was, and I've actually continued to do that because it is actually easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you noticed the difference from, I don't know what you were doing, but just making it up, and then all of a sudden you've implemented that principle of preparation.
Yeah, I think before I was just trying to have a variety of different things and fit it in within the calories, and I was always thinking, what can I do, what can I have, whereas I just kept it consistent and it was just so much easier.
Oh, so you were trying to do too many things and you just simplified it.
Yeah.
And that's what you've been able to keep.
Yeah. And I've kept doing that, and it's one less thing I have to worry about.
So do you find that even though it's simple, do you still have flexibility?
I do, yeah. Especially now because we're on more calories and things like that. I've still actually kept the same main meals and just added on the calories in terms of the
what are your go-to extra meals?
Well, I actually was really enjoying the skinny cow.
Oh, yeah.
And then you posted something, and then now they're not available
Sold
anywhere.
out.
So I just don't know. So I enjoy. I'm an ice cream person, so I like the paddle puffs with the 90 calories, and Mars bars. The Mars bar ice cream, 150 calories.
Awesome. What would be 3 tips that you would give to somebody who's looking to achieve a transformation for themselves?
Top 3 tips: give it 100% from the start. Like, don't waste time. Just get into it and do it properly. Stay in your lane. Like, don't compare yourselves to others. Like, 'cause
Definitely.
everybody's got their own journey, and everyone starts at different places. So just focus on yourself. And last would be, I don't know, tips.
Paddle pop ice creams.
Paddle pop ice creams, yeah. Fit them into your calories. It'll make you happier.
So tell us one thing. How important are check-ins?
Oh, yeah, very important. Very important. So I'll give you an example. So there was an Easter long weekend during Photoshoot, and I didn't go rogue, but I didn't stick to the plan. And by having that check-in, like weekly, I was able to see the damage that I had done in such a short space of time. So yeah, that plays a big part.
Awesome. So it's more about the coaching. Did Christy draw you over the coals, or what?
No, I don't think so. I think
Because I think that's what people fear, right? Because
Yeah,
they're like, oh, Christy's gonna hate me, or I'm gonna disappoint her.
I don't know how she never judges, or if she does, she hides very well. But she just encourages you. She's like, okay, well, you made a mistake. Just what are you going to do about it going forward? And kind of encourages you just to get back on track. So she's never, oh, you shouldn't have done that. So yeah, it's exciting because you get to see your drops as well in short spaces of times when you do the right thing. So if you stick to the plan, you can see, okay, well, it's only been a week, and that's the difference that it's made. So yeah, it works both ways.
Awesome. What made you come and join? What interested you about coming to Tuff Team?
To Tuff Team.
In the first place. How did you find out about us?
The transformation photos, and I've always wanted a transformation photo of my own. And I also said that I wanted to be on Christy's wall at the end of the year. That was one of my goals. But no, I think I liked the setup and the community vibe as opposed to your commercial gyms, and just having someone there, you should hold yourself accountable, but having someone there expecting you also makes a big difference. But I think the difference between this gym and other gyms or other places, other things I've tried, is just over the time, people have said different, I think it's just the like-minded people. I've taken bits and pieces of what people have said along the way, and that's not been just since Photoshoot, that's been since I started. So it was things like watching people count their calories over Christmas to make sure they could fit it within, their allowance, and, Emma just saying, it doesn't matter if you're just show up, because I am late a lot. So, yeah, and then, you've got all the quotes on the wall, so when I'm standing there dying, I just go and stare at the wall and read the quotes. So it's just a good vibe, just different vibe.
Awesome. Do you remember your first session? Do you remember your first training session?
Yes, it was with Walter, and I don't think I could walk for about a week after that. Yeah, it was...
But you came back.
Yeah, I came back, and at first, it did take me a little while to feel like I kind of fit in, because I saw how, I wouldn't say cliquey, but everybody knew each other, so it can probably seem intimidating when you walk in and everybody's gathered around there just having a chat because you don't know them. But the more you come, the more you get to know the different people. So just show up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You mentioned that time management was one of the troubles that you faced. So what was the difference before, when you were just doing your regular training to when you went into the Photoshoot training program? What were the differences?
So my regular training was 3 to 4 times a week. It wasn't as busy at work as well, so I wasn't required to work longer hours, and I just had more home time and spare time, I guess. So when the photo shoot started, there was no TV watching unless I was on my bike watching TV and exercising at the same time to get my cardio in, and just working, like just leaving work on time and getting here, and just prioritising being here. I don't think I missed a session. The only time I did was when I was sick. But one of the good things was I didn't actually get COVID until after photo shoot, so that was really well timed.
There you go.
So,
So
yeah.
photo shoot stops COVID? No.
Definitely.
So what were, like, you went from 3 to 4 times to mostly 5, sometimes we went a few, sometimes we went a bit more. But what was the difference? Was it mindset? Was it just better preparedness? What?
Yes, so it was both. So I think my mindset was I'm just not going to miss a session. Like, and I think when you prioritise something, you just make it happen, which surprised me because I actually thought that would be the hardest part, like being able to get here, but that wasn't at all. So what was the second part of your question?
So there was the mental aspect,
Yeah.
but also like what you do in regards to structuring your day, like what was different?
Yeah, just being prepared, so just getting stuff ready the night
Just
before.
take your gym gear to
yeah,
work.
it just became like I didn't have to think about it. It was just being more organised. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's key. A lot of people don't really realise how easy it is when it becomes a habit. It's just like, do you really think about waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth?
Yeah.
And whereas the training just becomes like waking up in the morning and like, or I'm going to the gym, or I'm going to the gym after work.
Yeah. And just knowing, like, if there were plans with friends or something like that, like I'd know, well, no, I can't make it at training that day, so just...
Or it'd be like, at this time
Yeah.
I'll be there
Just working
afterwards,
it.
or
Yeah, making it revolve around.
yeah, you booked it in and it was scheduled, and I was locked in. Yeah, sweet. So after the photo shoot, you've been able to maintain really well. What have been some of the key things that you've been doing to achieve that?
Just sticking to the nutrition plan as well. Training, I've actually dropped from what it was 7 days, and then I get here 3 times a week now. But I jump on the scales every morning and I just make sure, everything's consistent. I still come to my check-ins, and just continue to meal prep. Just try to keep it consistent, but have some flexibility for the paddle pops and stuff. Skinny cows.
Now, some people, they look at a photo shoot program and then they say, oh, this is not sustainable, or it's like perceived as obsessive, or so what are your thoughts on that,
It's
and
funny.
returning back to like normal life?
Well, I know that photo shoot's like 100% all, and you don't really get to have a social life. So I've enjoyed having a little bit of a social life, but I'm always conscious of what I eat and portion sizes and things like that.
Do you think
It's
that's
funny.
obsessive, or is
I
it
don't
like...
think it's obsessive. I just
Right.
think it's just like somebody asked me the other day at work, how do you love going to the gym? Like, what do you enjoy about it? And I just said, well, I enjoy like being able to fit in my clothes and feel comfortable in them. Like, one of the best parts was going clothes shopping afterwards and getting the small pile out and fitting into those things again. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but I would rather be able to maintain that and be happy and comfortable in my skin than going back to what most people think is normal and just eating